ceremonies this evening. Thank you for joining us in our concert to honor our veterans. As you can see from your program, the Keppel Band and Orchestra will present music inspired by our country, and the drama students will offer topical readings. Our first reading is Veterans Day by Taylor Weinman. Representing the red, white, and blue, the colors of our flag stand out proud and true. The white stars on our blue background with red and white stripes remind me of these veterans who all risked their lives, just so the people of the U.S. could live in peace and be free. These are the heroes that represent you and me. They stood up strongly, united as one, and kept up the fighting until they were done. And although some have fallen and lost their lives in war, we pray for each one of them. Now please rise for the presentation of the colors by the American Legion Post 397 and playing of the colors by Jasmine Kader.
Would you still please stay standing and please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your hand over your heart. Begin. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in welcoming Mitchell Ng, Councilman from Monterey Park.
You may be seated. First of all, let me welcome all of you here to the Aztec Auditorium here at Keppel High School as we salute our veterans in this fourth annual concert, which was kind of a brainchild of mine 4 years ago. I asked Dr. Carla Bartlett if we can host an event in which we can pay tribute to the men and women in our service. And along with Paige Phillips and the drama department, this is our fourth year, so welcome. When I was a high school student, like many other students, we were asked to write about our family history. And I asked my maternal grandmother and paternal grandmother about their experience during World War II when the Japanese Imperial Army invaded their village. What was interesting is that both their answers were exact. You don't need to know. That's in the past. But what you should remember is the opportunities that your new country has to offer. And I will always remember that. And as we study history, we realize what truly went on. The atrocities of war, of any war. And I'd like to honor the men and women who are here today. This is really a tribute for you. And thank you for coming and enjoy the concert. Thank you.
Please stand for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Please join us in song. The lyric is printed in your program. You may be seated. Joseph Caldera will introduce the next musical selection.
Inspired by our country. The beauty, grandeur, and diversity of America has inspired many artists and composers. During a 3-year residency in the late 1800s in the United States, Anton Dvorak and the native Czechoslovakia composed his American Suite. He used an amalgam of musical elements he came across while traveling through the mid and eastern portions of the country. Dvorak loved the African American spirituals, Native American songs, and other folk music he heard during his travels. In a New York Herald interview, Dvorak proclaimed this music as a product of a very soil America. The composer spun the essence of American music into his own representation of our beautiful country.
Our next reading is Freedom is Not Free, and it will be read by Lisa Hong.
Freedom is Not Free by Ashley Pearson. There is a price we pay for freedom, for it is not truly free, but rather paid from the contributions of veterans to buy our liberty. We should honor the veterans, for they act like a shield, protecting us from danger, keeping America healed. So if you would take a second to commemorate, you will instantly see we owe our veterans our gratitude, for they are the reason we are free.
At this time, we would like to acknowledge the great debt we owe our local veterans. Because of your courageous service, we enjoy many American freedoms. Veterans, please stand, and we'll bring the microphone to you so you can introduce yourself and tell us your branch of service and service years.
Al Bartlett, Air Force, 35 missions over Germany, Lieutenant Colonel. Thank you very much.
Michael Schlegel, United States Air Force, Vietnam vet. Thank you.
Commander John Hum, United States Navy, 1985 to present.
Dagoberto Castro, 11 Cavalry, Vietnam veteran.
Edward Garcia, Radioman Second Class, United States Navy. I served from August 1968 to September of 1972. It was during the Vietnam War, but I did not go to Vietnam.
Oscar Gomez, 65 to 67, Korea, Army.
John Felix, United States Marine Corps, served in Desert Storm Desert Shield, did 12 years of service, and came out of the rank of Staff Sergeant.
Gabriel Suarez, served 90 to 93 during Panama and Desert Storm. United States Army, it was 10th Mountain Division, and still serving and working as a commander of Post 397 in Monterey Park.
Thank you. Let's give all of our veterans one last hand, please. Thank you.
Thank you, veterans. We are so happy to honor you tonight with this concert. And now, the Wind Ensemble. Here to introduce the next musical selection is Lauren Estrada.
On a Hymn Song of Philip Bliss is based on a hymn written by Horatio Spafford following a series of tragedies in his life. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871 destroyed his businesses. Wanting to create a new life for himself and his family, he planned to relocate to Europe, sending his wife and 4 daughters on a ship ahead of him as he made final business arrangements. While crossing the Atlantic, the ship sank rapidly after a collision with another sea vessel, his wife the lone survivor. Shortly afterwards, Stafford traveled to meet his grieving wife and was inspired to write the hymn as his ship passed a spot where his daughters had died. Philip Bliss later set Spafford's words to music. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to know, it is well with my soul. The band dedicates its playing of On a Hymn Song of Philip Bliss to the loving memory of all friends, family, and veterans who have passed on.
Our next reading is A Nation's Strength, read by Aaron Hahn.
A Nation's Strength by Walt Whitman. Not gold, but only man can make a people great and strong. Men, for truth and honor's sake, stand fast and suffer long. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky.
I am Samantha Alba, and I thank you for joining us tonight in honoring our veterans, and on behalf of Dr. Bartlett and the Visual and Performing Arts. Directly following, there'll be a reception in the lobby for our veterans and their families. Please join us for some refreshment. Thank you, and good night.